Hi, my name is Amber Westcott, and I'll be doing my processed speech for you today. Do you ever get that sluggish feeling around 3 o'clock in the afternoon and feel that you need something, a sweet or salty snack? When you work full-time and you go to school full-time, sometimes those convenience foods are really easy to come by, and it's hard to ensure that you eat healthy meals every day. Now, those convenience foods will give you 10 minutes of a good feeling, but if you plan ahead and eat healthy, you can have a whole day of feeling great. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a few moments and I'm going to show you some great tips and tricks that are really quick so that you can plan ahead and you can eat healthy lunches and snacks and some dinners through the entire week. So first off, what you want to do is you want to go through some recipe books and get some ideas. So what I have, just for instance, is I have a T25 recipe book that I use. And another one that I use also is the Paleo Slow Cooker recipe book. Now this one I use pretty often. It's really easy. I can get it ready the night before and toss everything in 5:30 in the morning when I'm taking out the dogs. Set it to go, and by the time I get home late in the afternoon or in the evening, it's ready to go and I don't have to mess with dinner. This one has a lot of really great ideas for snacks, dinners, lunches, you name it, it's got it, and it's super easy. So the next thing you want to do after going through your recipe book and finding the meals that you'd like to make is you want to go ahead and make a grocery list. Now the way I do my grocery list is I split it up depending on the grocery store that I'm going to, how it's laid out. I have my produce, my meats, my dairies, eggs, and then I have my carbs or my breads that I use. And what that does is it keeps me from veering off and going into the candy aisle or the cereal aisle or things like that that I don't need. Now, as far as breakfasts go, I usually try to start getting ready on Sundays. The first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is I do 1 scoop of Gold Standard Whey chocolate protein. It's 120 calories. I put it into a protein shaker, shake it up, drink it, and it keeps me full until about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, what this does is it keeps me from getting so hungry that I don't care about eating healthy anymore, and that's when I go off and I get Whataburger for breakfast or I get Starbucks for breakfast, something that's not good for me that's going to waste an entire day's calories in one meal. So 1 scoop of this, 120 calories, shake it up, drink it, you're good to go for a couple of hours. Now, once I get to the office, I do one of two things. I either have 2 boiled eggs, which are 70 calories each for 140 calories, or I do an English muffin, which is usually about 120, 130 calories, depending on the brand that you get. Now, what I do is on Sunday night, I go ahead and I boil 6 eggs, and I put them into little containers like this. As you can see, usually I peel them before. This week I didn't. Just put them into some little Tupperware containers, and then you just take it out in the morning. I have my lunchbox, or my ice chest really, nice and big. It'll hold a couple of bottles of water, 2 snacks, a lunch, and a breakfast for me during the day. Now what I do is I have 2 of these ice packs that I freeze every night. Put them in there. It keeps everything cold, especially when my stuff is already coming out of the refrigerator, or I sometimes pull things out of the freezer. Helps keep everything nice and cold so that nothing gets gross, and I don't have to worry about keeping it in the company's refrigerator, because that leads me to going past the vending machines, past Starbucks, past the cafes, which makes it a lot harder for me to focus on eating healthy. Now, as for my snacks, couple of different things that I like to do are celery and hummus. So I take a couple of sticks. This is 2 sticks of celery and about a 1/4 cup of hummus. It's roasted red pepper hummus. It's super easy. I have one of the little divider Tupperwares. I make it the night before, chop them up, scoop it in, toss it in my lunchbox. Really easy. Now, H-E-B sells the celery sticks that are already pre-washed and pre-cut. So I just cut them into little sections, toss them in the Tupperware. This is like $1.50 at the grocery store. Really cheap, really easy. Another great idea is H-E-B has these apple to caramel I just take out the little pack. Sometimes I don't take the caramel. It's 130 calories for just this little thing of caramel. I'd rather get my calories someplace else. So a lot of times I just take the little bag of apples. Now, other snacks that I like to do are blueberries. So blueberries, broccoli, celery, those are just some of the items that are what's called zero-calorie foods. Now, what zero-calorie foods are they are foods that are extremely high in fiber, so your body actually burns off more calories than what you're taking in that food. So, for instance, this one celery stick is 15 calories, but because of how much fiber it has and it's so hard for your body to burn that, you actually burn off more than the 15 calories in the one stick of celery just to burn off those calories. So it's really good for you. Now, as far as the blueberries, I just toss them in here. I do about a half cup to a cup of blueberries, pre-washed. I try to do organic on anything with a very thin skin, like strawberries, blueberries, apples. Try to do organics because I am allergic to the pesticides and they're really not good for you. Now, depending on my day, if I'm going, I have a desk job, so I sit at my desk all day. But if I'm going to be doing an extra hard workout that day, I try to incorporate a little more carbs during the day. Now, one of my other favorite snacks is gluten-free rice cakes and almond butter. So I like to take the almond butter, and I like Justin's All Natural Almond Butter. I know it's probably really hard for you guys to see that. The one thing I like most about this is all it is dry roasted almonds and palm fruit oil. That's it. That's the only two ingredients in there. Really healthy for you. You're not getting a lot of preservatives and a lot of other, let's just face it, garbage that you don't need in your body. So I just take about a tablespoon of the almond butter, spread it onto my rice cake. You're good to go. It's got a lot of protein. You get a little bit of a carb for energy so you can make it through the day. Carbs aren't bad for you. It's the type of carb that you're eating that's bad for you. So this is a great snack. Now, as for my lunches, I have a very wide variety of things that I do for my lunches. Some days, the only thing that I'll eat for lunch are 2 boiled eggs. It's a lot of protein, gets me through, I'm not hungry, keeps me full, keeps me going. Something else that I like to do are flat outs. They're really good for you. It's 100 calories for the entire thing, high in fiber, and I take some sandwich meat. Usually I get it from the deli, the low nitrate. This week I just didn't have time. I ran through the grocery store really quickly. Get some sandwich meat, get some Swiss cheese, and I roll it up and I have myself a wrap. Great idea, really easy. I can make it the night before, I can make it the morning of, and toss it in. Most nights while I'm cooking dinner is when I make my lunch for the next day so that it's ready to go the next morning. I toss everything into my lunchbox and I'm ready to go. Now, for my dinners, I also, typically my husband and I, especially with both of us going to school and working, we'll come home, we'll either have one of those slow cooker meals going, or we'll go ahead and we'll just take some chicken breasts, we'll put them in the oven to broil, and we'll do steamed broccoli and a spinach salad, or we'll do asparagus and a spinach salad, or asparagus and broccoli. We try to do a lot of greens, very little meat, so that it's easier for our bodies to process, high in fiber, and high in protein. Now, sometimes this T25 does have a lot of really good, super easy, ready in 15-20 minute recipes. Sometimes I will incorporate, depending on my workouts, I'll incorporate some sweet potatoes or some new potatoes, some couscous, things like that. Also, you can take some tilapia and broil it in the oven with a little bit of cayenne pepper and some garlic salt. Put some corn tortillas, 2 to 3 corn tortillas in the microwave, and some slices of avocado, and you've got yourself some fish tacos. Avocado is great for you. It's got a lot of fatty acids and omega-3s that you need. I eat a lot of avocado on my salads. Another thing that you can do that's really easy is take a sirloin and slice it into little strips. Put it in a bowl, put some chili powder, some salt and pepper. Mix it up, put it into a cast iron skillet. Cook it until you like it. I like mine medium rare. Take 2 cups of cabbage. I like the red and green cabbage mix. You can put the steak on top of the cabbage, slice up some avocado, some balsamic vinegar, and you have yourself a dinner. It's great. It's healthy, high in fiber. Again, it's high in protein, high in iron. You're getting your avocado, so you're getting your fatty acids as well. Eating healthy, if you take the time to plan it and do it, it's great for you. You're going to start feeling great. You'll think faster. You'll feel better. You'll want to work out. And you'll just have an all-around amazing feeling. So as you can see, I've given you a multitude of ways that you can easily eat healthier and feel better. Try taking some of these ideas and expanding on them, or mixing ingredients to come up with your own recipes. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.